Okay, now we're starting to pull all these pieces together and starting to think a bit more musical about them, because otherwise these are just sort of techniques that stand on their own, and ultimately the goal of having technique is so that we can practice them, pull them together to eventually play in a more musical fashion. A metronome is a wonderful tool, as much as many musicians don't like them. What they do is they help us play in time, because we have a set meter that we're playing to. So I have a metronome here. I'm going to actually just set it here on 80 beats per minute, and I recommend having a metronome around the house or with you at all times, whether it's an actual proper metronome or you have it inside of an app on your smartphone. There's many different ways to have them, but having them, I find playing to a metronome sort of recalibrates our internal body clock, so we start to really think and listen musically at all times to a proper sense of time. It's once been said that when you go in the studio, you must be in tune and you must be in time. So timing is critical. And it's also critical, especially as a bass player. One of our primary functions is to play with other rhythm instruments like drummers, keyboard players, rhythm guitar players. And it's important that everybody in a musical ensemble bring to the table their best sense of timing. It's not enough to rely on just a drummer. Well, he's the drummer, let him handle it. No, we have to also have very good time in how we play. So I'm set this to 80 beats per minute, which actually isn't that fast. And when you're starting to learn things, as this particular part of the bass lessons where we're at, we should start slow, because we want to learn things properly and we want to learn them right the first time, so that as we build on top of them, we're building on top of a solid foundation. So we're going to use the same exercise of going up the neck and across the neck, but this time we're going to use a metronome to pull together our left hand and our right hand, or our fingering hand and our plucking hand, so we can start to make them all work together and play in time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc., etc. And you can continue to do that. And what that does is it just locks you in. Now, I was using 2 beats per note. You can actually, once you start to get more adept at that exercise, you can start to speed it up and play on every single click of the metronome like this. So that really works well with that, so that you can start to really pull all the pieces together and certainly start to be able to play in time effectively.